And welcome back to Hannity as we continue now with former Secret Service officer Gary Byrne, his explosive new book, Crisis of Character. You didn't finish the story about the vase, because that morning he came down after that vase was broken, and he had a black eye that, like a big black eye.
Sure. So after the incident, when he came, the next time I saw him in the Oval Office, he had a mark under his eye. You could see they were trying to hide it with makeup. And when I walked in,
Obviously not.
Yeah, no. And I walked into the secretary's office and I said, what happened to the president? He's got a mark under his eye. And his assistant, Nancy Herrenreich, said, oh, that's, he's allergic to coffee. And I said, under one eye? I don't understand that.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
But there was really a crisis. The Secret Service had to decide whether or not his own wife was a physical threat to the president.
Right.
How big an issue was that?
It was a concern. I've discussed it with other officers at the time and agents. What do you do about a domestic dispute? What if the president?
And what was the answer?
Each situation is different. You know, you have to protect the president, the protectee, and you have to protect the first lady. But you know, if he gets caught with some woman and she goes ballistic, then what happens?
So you were the door. You were like the doorkeeper.
Pretty much.
You were the guy in front of the Oval Office door. If somebody got in to see the president, they had to go through you.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Me or the other. There were six officers.
How often would you know that that person was there for another reason, to be with the president in a romantic way?
So the way it worked would be like if I came up and relieved somebody on post, the officer that I'm relieving is going to say, hey, you know, he's in there with Lewinsky or whoever, and you know, they've been in there a while, just a heads up. So it wasn't like we were gossiping. You have to pass this stuff on. You don't want to blindside your coworker. So you always pass this information on. And we were concerned. I mean, what if she did catch the president in a compromising situation?
But you had a plan for that. Wherever Hillary was, you guys were communicating if she was headed down, and then you'd have to go warn him.
Well, I never actually warned them, but yes, that was the plan. Like, yeah, that
was a plan. You had a plan in place, basically.
Yes.
I mean, that's all right. Now, let me play. I pointed out on this program and on my radio program that she's often angry.
Yes.
Somebody you're describing with a volcanic temper.
Yes.
Let's play some of Hillary.
And I also think we'd be a lot better off if we actually talked to each other instead of yelling at each other.
I'm so sick. I am so sick of the Sanders campaign lying about me. I'm sick of it.
I think it's time we treated everybody in this country with respect, with kindness, with love.
I know we can create more good-paying jobs and raise incomes for hardworking Americans again. I know that we can finish the job of universal health care coverage for every single man, woman, and child. I know we can combat climate change and be the clean energy superpower of the 21st century. I know we can make college affordable and get student debt off the backs of young people.
She does seem angry a lot.
Right.
And you're saying behind closed doors when nobody's looking, she's that angry person always. Mostly.
Or distant, cold. What I've been looking at there, Sean, doesn't concern me too much. That's her being a politician. The kind of anger I'm talking about is where she just almost can't even complete a sentence. She starts yelling, screaming, cussing. You know, I talked in the book how she
berates the president. By the way, mistreating people in their positions.
Sure.
All the time.
Yes, the uniformed division officers, agents.
So this is like you're describing a phony, fake, fraudulent human being.
Absolutely.
All right, let me give you an example. This is Hillary, you know, saying she remembers landing under sniper fire when she went to Bosnia. This is what she said.
I remember landing under sniper fire. There was supposed to be some kind of a greeting ceremony at the airport, but instead we just ran with our heads down to get into the vehicles to get to our base.
Great image making, but here's the problem. We have the real video, and this is it. This is Hillary arriving not under sniper fire, but she walks up to a group of young girls who give her flowers and give her gifts. That's not exactly sniper fire. So is that the person that you're trying to warn America about?
Yes.
Explain. In other words, she sits with an interview with Bill. You think they're the happiest couple together. The light goes off. She hates him.
Right. I don't know if she hates him or not, but I will tell you that the example you just showed there is a perfect example of anybody that worked around them in the Secret Service. When they saw that, they knew they started laughing their faces off because they knew that was a flat-out lie.
Wow.
Now, I wasn't on that mission, but I talked to the guys that were, and the only thing that the military had them do is sit on their flak vests as they were getting close to the ground, which is standard procedure in those. But when she made the claim that they were under sniper fire, I knew it was a lie.
I want to go back to where we started. You feel compelled to do this.
I do.
You never signed a non-disclosure. You have the right to do it. Some people wish you didn't do it because of the position you're in. Now guys do have to sign non-disclosures.
They do, starting in, I believe, 2004.
Okay. What is it, the final question, what do you want people to know what you saw in their years as president?
Well, first thing I'd like you to know is I'm not comfortable about talking about this, but I feel so strongly that people need to know the real Hillary Clinton and how dangerous she is in her behavior. She is not a leader. She is not a leader.
She doesn't have the temperament for the job.
She doesn't have the temperament. She didn't have the temperament to handle the social office when she was First Lady. She does not have the temperament.
She's dishonest. She's
dishonest. She habitually lies. Anybody that, you know, can separate themselves from their politics and review her behavior over the last 15 years.
You're going to be accused of this being political.
I'm sure I will be. I have been already.
And what's your answer?
It's not. It's got nothing to do with politics. It's the truth.
Is it a love of country?
It is love of country, and I hope someday that it does make a difference. I mean, if Mrs. Clinton ends up being the President of the United States, then she's our president and she's the commander-in-chief, and it is what it is. But if she did become the president without me speaking the truth, I'm not sure I could deal with that. People need to know this is serious, and her behavior is appalling, and she's two different people.
All right, Gary Byrne, thank you for being with us.
Sean,
Appreciate
thank you.
it.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Thanks for telling your story.